Okay, March 31st, 2023 is when I came to the mission. I'm originally from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm 36 years old. I came to the mission, more specifically to Gettysburg, for a fresh start. I got to a point, and through a lot of doings of my own, more especially my past, I got to a point where I couldn't walk out of the house without having to look over my shoulder because I didn't know what was waiting for me around the corner. I came to the mission, and I remember at the time, our director at the time, Bruce, I sat down with Bruce, and Bruce asked me a simple question: what are you trying to accomplish? Bruce, I just want a fresh start. I just need a fresh start. And we sat and we talked about our goal, like what my goals would be and the time frame for those goals. Obviously, things are falling into place at this point. Maybe it's not as fast as I would like them to. But it's still progress. I feel like I'm in a better position today than I was 12 months ago. I came to the mission, started working in our recycling center. That lasted about 2 weeks. I was granted the opportunity to help out in the kitchen, just working as a dishwasher, and it's like, okay, I love to cook, so this was like right up my alley. I remember speaking with Ron, our food service manager at the time, and me and Ron, we spoke maybe like 45 minutes to an hour, and he explained to me, he's like, hey, I'm looking to retire. Really? Okay, so I'm thinking, how does it apply to me, okay? He takes me down to Bruce, and he says to Bruce, I think I may have found my replacement. Bruce, knowing me for maybe 10 days at the time, I watched Bruce in front of me take the resumes that he had, looking for Ron's potential replacement, and throw them in the shredder. We're going to see how this works out. Those were his exact words. Trained under Ron for a couple of months, and it was an eventful couple of months, I'll say. But I made it through, and I'm still standing. And that is more so like the point of my stories. And that's just a small example, like of the things that I've gone through, I'm still standing. And it's days that I have, and I think like, well, why me? What makes me so special? What sets me apart from another person? And then I have to remind myself that I serve an awesome God. And no matter what life has in store for me, he'll just remind me and tap me on my shoulder, Joe, I got you. You're in good hands. So for that, I'm eternally grateful. For the mission, I'm eternally grateful. If it weren't for the mission, honestly, I probably wouldn't be standing here today. And that's God's honest truth. My time during the mission, I've experienced a lot of firsts. I'm almost embarrassed saying this, but I'm 36 years old, and I had my driver's license for the first time in a couple of weeks. Even during the time where I came in under Bruce's leadership, and we went through a transition period about 6 months ago. That's when Will Hudson stepped in and pretty much, like he said, shook things up. And it was a transition period there. Especially myself, along with other residents, didn't like change. And it was a lot of nights we were grumbling, like, who do they think they are? Coming in and making us move around. And I took a step back and I thought about it. It's like, all change is not bad change. We all have, nobody is the same person that they were 20 years ago. There were changes that were made to get you to this point today. And it takes for you to welcome that change. So I, honestly, in the past few months, I've probably become the biggest advocate for our guys as well as our staff. A lot of times I'll act as that buffer, and it's a humbling experience because, again, 12 months ago I was working in a recycling center. So I'm blessed and grateful for the opportunities that Bruce and Will have both provided me with. I remember sitting down with Will his first week, and he asked me, he calls me Chef. I feel like I earned that name at this point. He's like, what do you need for you to continue to do your job? And I'm thinking equipment. I'm like, I'm okay on equipment. I have everything I need. But I can do more than just prepare food. So if it's a way that I could pick up more responsibilities to make that transition easier, let me know. And I can say he's giving me all I can handle. But I'm grateful for it. I truly am grateful for it. I'm grateful to be able to represent 24 guys that we have at the mission currently. I'm grateful for being that source of advice. It's a humbling experience when you have a man twice your age come to you for advice. And it's still one of those moments where it's like, well, why me? What makes me so special? And then God jumps in and he's like, look, I put you in this situation, one, to teach you a lesson, but also to teach someone else a lesson. And for that, it's just truly a humbling experience. This sounds cliche, but when I say I owe Adam's Rescue Mission my life, I mean that. I mean that with everything in me. We're standing up, so that's probably my cue to wrap it up. But one of my, just real quick, and I'll get out of everyone's hair.
You didn't want to talk, remember?
Yeah, he's making fun of my balls.
One of my goals.
Ways to do this all day.
One of my goals, obviously, once I transition out of the mission, is to continue to live in Gettysburg and just live a peaceful life. And more importantly, move my son here from Baltimore. My son's 11 years old. He's literally a miniature me. It's hard disciplining you out of your child. But that's my goal. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but thank you for allowing me to speak, and thank you.